so the mayor and I attended a meeting in Saskatoon, which was on the Crime Severity Index. This meeting was first thought up 2 years ago when we were at the Federation of Canadian Municipalities meeting in Regina, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Where the city of Thompson met up with the city of North Battleford, as well as the city of Prince Albert. And there was discussions held at those meetings about the Crime Severity Index and the negative impacts on our communities. The city of North Battleford moved forward and set up this meeting and called for the 20 top communities under the Crime Severity Index ranking that Statistics Canada does. 11 of the 20 communities showed up to this meeting. There was a number of people from the RCMP Alberta divisions and Saskatchewan divisions who provided analysis on crime severity and how it's used, as well as representatives from Statistics Canada. There was a criminologist from the University of Saskatoon who did presentations on crime severity, and there was leadership from the equivalent of, say, MKO, Saskatchewan, as well as the chief of the Sweetgrass First Nation. The presentations were made to Statistics Canada, and requests were made by the 11 communities. I believe we put a press release out explaining what our requests were, so I'll listen to those. And it looks like Statistics Canada was very interested in continuing the discussions of realizing the negative impacts of the CSI on our communities. The city of Thompson, I was voluntold that the city of Thompson will be hosting the next meeting on Zoom. So I'll be setting up meetings in the next 2 to 3 weeks, where we'll host the other communities on a Zoom meeting on what our next steps are to continue to lobby. And I believe we're going to also be getting involved with the Canadian Police Federation, Canadian Association of Police Chiefs. And I also have meetings later this week with the province of Manitoba, the Deputy Minister of Justice, to talk about our positions on this as well. We are joined there from Manitoba by the mayor, the CAO, and a councillor from the city of Portage area as well, as they are also in the top 10. So we believe it was quite a successful meeting, and if we get our way through this, there should be some positive impacts on the community from economic and crime and recruiting, all those other issues.
That give you an answer there, Councillor John? Do you have a question?
Part one, right?
Yes.
So you're going to present the part two?
Yeah. PDAC, that's the Prospector Development Convention in Toronto. And this is my 4th year that I've gone to it. Manitoba and Ballet were very prominent at it this year. There was a lot of the sessions were on Indigenous engagement with the various communities and how you have to, how you do it properly. You go to the community first and talk to them. And then it was basically, we met with Ballet, and it was a Manitoba night where everybody from Manitoba, the government and all was there. Premier Canoe came, Minister Bushy and Minister Moses were there, and very well accepted. And then we actually at where was that noon meeting at the Economic Club of Canada. And again, Premier Canoe was the guest speaker at that and did a fantastic job of selling Manitoba. So when we go to these conventions, it's about mining, but what we actually go is to sell Thompson and what we have to offer in Thompson as part of this for the mining communities and that. And even when we're there, the presence with Ballet and the hierarchy of Ballet, we get to tell them what we really need here, like example, we need money for the pool, or we need money for, last year, I think we, that's when our asset management that we got more. And they understand more about us, and there's actually some of them coming to Thompson in the next couple of weeks and want tours of Thompson. And with that, I talked about our park over at Juniper, and everybody was very excited from Toronto and Brazil Ballet to know that we recognize them as a city. And when we recognize them, they put that much more money into our community. So it's definitely successful for Thompson and all of Manitoba this year. I think more so for Manitoba than it's ever been. So that answered your question?
Any new mining developments that are happening in Thompson?
Anthony.
Yeah, so they announced at the PDAC, at the Manitoba night, Minister Moses announced funding for, I believe it was 6 to 8 juniors in the Thompson area, either prospecting, exploration, whatever it would be. So they received funding that was announced at the through the Mining Mineral Development Fund. as well as a new laboratory that received funding. So we believe a new business will be starting in Thompson as well as part of that. We are also joined at the meetings by the city of Plum Lawn. So they sent their representatives. Most of the mining communities in Thompson have representatives there trying to boost business. And so we also met with the Manitoba Chamber of Commerce. We're having discussions on how the Manitoba booth can be improved for next year to improve how we market not just the mining, but the services that our communities have to attract those companies to our areas.
And there's also the ones that are working up Los Alamos from Lynn Lake and that, so we were all in the room, so like Manitoba, like I said, and even down the Island Lake area work they're doing down there, it was all very well showcased.
And I believe Councillor Fitzpatrick has invited some executives for ballet, so Oberdorfer, sorry. I used to work with you under that name, so sometimes I forget, sorry. And it looks promising that they'd like to come to Thompson. I don't know if Councillor has anything to say.
Yeah, there are some representatives from Brazil that came to PDAC that are traveling to Thompson this week, and so they expressed that they were interested in having a tour of our community. So hopefully I can work something out with Mayor Smook that she can share all of her knowledge and history of Thompson with them later this week when they come to attend their community and see the mine, and not just the mine, but what our community has to offer, right? So definitely really good networking opportunities, and we made a lot of good connections with not just Valley, but others in the industry, not just in mining, but also that work in economic development and all of those things that benefit our community, right? So